Hello and welcome back, my flock. The Badraven here. Today I'm going to review a film that I was reluctant to do on the Badraven channel. As you know, I love all types of genres, science fiction and fantasy most of all, but horror and comedy are close to the top also. I didn't know much about Studio A24 or director Ty West before I watched this film. The only way I even knew anything about this movie was by my fellow YouTuber Movie Freak 2000, Bradley. He told me about his encounter with the film and how it was like nothing he'd ever seen. From what he described, sounded like the classic slashers of the late 70s and 80s. I was intrigued. I checked my local Tri-County cinema and was disappointed that it was not showing. So I forgot about it for a few days, and that's when my son Drew Drop told me it was playing in Millsboro at the Golden Ticket Cinema. I got excited because they had it and I could go see it during the week with matinee prices. That way if I hated it, I wouldn't have lost much money. Now that I was able to watch the movie, I will give my unbiased, spoiler-free thoughts. I have a disclaimer for my flock members. This movie has an adult plot with some disturbing imagery of a sexual nature, with a touch of religious undertones, and not to mention the blood and gore of a slasher movie. I understand this may upset some of my viewers. With that being said, the movie is called X. I assumed from the title that this meant that it had a lot of sexual content, which it surely does, but was surprised that it was in reference to one of the characters having the X factor. The movie reminded me of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The look and feel was low budget and gritty. All this was because of the time period being set in 1979. Director Ty West did a very good job of catching the visuals of the time with his cinematography and editing skills. The movie oozed 70s horror. The basic story: a group of actors set out to make an adult film in rural Texas under the noses of their reclusive hosts. But when the elderly couple catches their young guest in the act, the cast find themselves in a desperate fight for their lives. The main actors are Mia Goth as Maxine, a headstrong actress determined to make it in the adult film industry, but has something hiding in her past. Martin Henderson as Wayne, the producer of the adult film and boyfriend of Maxine, has delusions of grandeur, thinking he will be both rich and famous with the advent of VHS machines where people can watch these movies in the privacy of their own home. Brittany Snow plays Bobby Lynn, a seasoned adult film star ready to live her life to the fullest before she's too old, with very loose morals and doesn't care what people think about her. This is the theme that runs all through the movie of getting old, which most of the characters fear. Owen Campbell plays R.J. Nichols, a young and naive filmmaker that thinks he can turn an adult film into a highly artistic movie that will make him a famous director. American rapper Kid Cudi plays Jackson, a well-endowed actor that has a lot of attributes to make him an adult film legend. I have never heard of him before this movie. He does bring a lot to the role. I mean his acting skills. Gina Ortega plays Lorraine, the aka Church Mouse of the film crew. Lorraine is the girlfriend of RJ, the director. She handles the sound department and is more naive than RJ, and doesn't know they are making an adult film. She is intrigued by the adult actors and how they keep their movie making and relationships separate. The landowners that let the film crew stay on their property are Howard and Pearl. They are two very old people that are hiding disturbing facts that have taken place on their property over the past decades. These revelations about their social hang-ups with the loose morals of the film crew and the desperate desires of Pearl to recapture her past sexual youth leads to a head-on collision with biblical consequences. With this all being said, the film is a character study of the group of filmmakers as they make their adult film without the local property owners finding out. If you're expecting non-stop carnage with tons of kills from beginning to end, you will be disappointed. I think the first on-screen kill doesn't happen until a good hour into the movie. I do like the suspense and build up to the final act of the film, and generally like all the characters also. I do have a problem with the intermingling with the religious overtones. Not to be a prude, but that kind of stuff has always left a bad taste in my mouth. But all in all, the movie brought back a flood of emotions for me, of the old grindhouse style of filmmaking with the storytelling. I will give it a go see a matinee if you're a fan of these type of movies. I know these movies are not for everyone and may offend some. In general, I think Ty West made a beautiful looking, well acted, well shot, suspense filled 70s style horror film, which I thought couldn't be made in this present atmosphere of filmmaking today. If that is something that you are into, give X a watch. I'd like to thank the flock for watching my review and want you to remember the Badraven is your friend. Please like and subscribe and share this review with your friends on social media. Please check out my merchandise in the description and show your support for the Badraven and Drew Drop. All help will be greatly appreciated. I'm going to let you go and I will talk to you later, and goodbye.